Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another Nerd Herd video. It's a Nerd Herd video, but it's going to be added to another playlist. Hold on. Let me get the transition here. There we go. Yes, so um, today we are going to get into some Lord of the Rings action. Usually I wing these videos, but today you guys might see a little bit more of that. Oh, excuse me. But anyway, so um, Lord of the Rings is actually one of my favorite franchises. Not just um, as a book series, but also as the film series. And the film series is actually how I got introduced uh, to the books. To the franchise, to the story as a whole. I watched the Peter Jackson movies because I know there are the animated movies that came out in the 70s, I think it was 70s and 80s. But anyway, so I okay, so I'm going to explain a little bit about why I like Lord of the Rings, and it's born out of not just like experiencing the franchise at an early age, not just watching the movies at an early age. And by the way, yes, the extended editions are the preferred method for watching the movies. Watch the extended editions. Um, but why I like them as a books, I've always been a big reader. Um, as you guys have no doubt noticed, uh, if you have watched the podcast for any length of time, even if, or you know me personally, uh, you know I'm not very active. So books, I, my imagination, books let my imagination run wild. My imagination is the most active thing about me. So books, uh, allow me to explore my imagination, just do all these things. And Lord of the Rings, okay, Chronicles of Narnia was the book I remember reading the most as a kid. But Lord of the Rings was the book I read more as a teenager, and I loved reading the Lord of the Rings. I read the Silmarillion in high school. I've read the Hobbit as an adult. But the reason I love this series is because J.R.R. Tolkien actually, as compared to some other more recent writers, I he I can tell Tolkien actually took time to develop not just descriptions of the world around the main characters, but he took time to develop the characters. Um, and as much as I love Chronicles of Narnia and its more direct biblical, connections, I like. I don't want to say I prefer Lord of the Rings, but I understand why Tolkien didn't take the approach of, okay, I'm going to make this character Jesus. I'm going to make this character Peter. I'm going to make this character. I'm going to make this character in my book based on a person in the scriptures. So yeah, I as I've matured, I have understood that the reasons why Tolkien did that, and of course, as he wrote more, and as his son Christopher Tolkien expanded the world with publishing some of J.R.R.'s works that he didn't publish before The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. I just fell in love with the world. I fell in love with the world building. Um, the Lord of the Rings is just an awesome franchise. Um, while I said earlier, I understand why Tolkien didn't make direct references to his faith. I do appreciate the direct references he did make to his faith. While yes, there's no direct reference to who there's no direct correlation between one character in the Lord of the Rings books and Jesus Christ. Tolkien did say, hey, this is a monotheistic world. There is one God that created this world, and the wizards that I wrote about, these wizards are actually angelic beings called Maiar. And this is why I say this is probably going to be the beginning of another playlist, because I'm going to explain some of the lore of Lord of the Rings as much as I can. It's going to be akin to NFL 101, but probably not. But the Lord of the Rings, it's it's a lot better built. Tolkien actually put time. He made an entire language before he even wrote the Hobbit. He made an entire language for this fictional world that he created, which is amazing. I wouldn't have thought to do that, to create an entire language by myself, based off of Latin, yes, based off of, real life languages. But I'm just going to create a brand new language. So these characters in my in my in my some of these characters in my fantasy world can talk in their own language. It's amazing. And my favorite race, yes, I know it's probably evident. My favorite race in Lord fantasy race in general is dwarves, because I am a dwarf in real life. Anyway, but yeah, the Lord of the Rings is just a well-built franchise, a well-written about franchise. I'm not. It's a lot better. You can tell Tolkien's just poured. Like, he even has an unpublished sequel that he said, okay, hold on, no. While the people are requesting more, while the people are requesting a sequel, I'm not going to write a sequel to the Lord of the Rings, because I think the Lord of the Rings had the perfect ending, which that's what I appreciate most about Tolkien. What Tolkien did is he took he began writing a sequel, then said, no, that's enough. I've written the perfect ending to the story. He'll go back and write. Obviously, he went back and wrote legends and fables, legends and stories predating The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. He didn't go forward. He didn't say, okay, he didn't go into the future, I guess. Um, and that this is just a rambling video from me. I think I'm gonna end it here. So if you want to see more nerdy videos, I'm gonna at the end of this video I'm gonna include the Nerd Herd uh, um, playlist link. And if you want to see more from us in general, like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell so you can get notified when we upload a new video. I'll see you guys later.